The Worlds Tournament was this past weekend, and Ironjawz did a lot better than you would expect with some pretty interesting lists. So I have some thoughts about this, so let's talk about it. But before we do, thanks to all my patrons, Wybarian and Baron of Dice. So Ironjawz, yeah, let's look at some lists here. So this was an Ironjawz list that went 6 and 2. And I don't know, like, so it's this Ironjawz list with this Big Snickers as a sub-faction, as a battle formation. So Big Snickers gives +1 to wound if you're punching up. So if you're fighting something that has more health. 4 drops, Lore of the Weird, Lore Beats, and the Manifestation Lore is Forbidden Power. So, I mean, like, if I'm being honest, I think that the Manifestations of Gorkamorka work better in Kruleboyz than they do in Ironjawz. And the primary reason is because I think that Kruleboyz are very much a control army right now, and Ironjawz aren't as much of a control army. They still kind of are, but I don't think that's how people are playing it right now. I think people are playing Ironjawz as a very aggressive army. So, like, being able to take away redeploys, taking a charge die away, I think those things are much more like in a castle style, in a, so I think Kruleboyz are doing it right now. But, you know, Forbidden Power is not what I would typically expect from Ironjawz. Like, it's not something that I've seen a lot lately. So, is there even a wizard? Yeah, there is a Weird Knob Shaman. So, like, when I think about this, I think that it's probably mostly for Soul Scream Bridge, right? And as a way to deliver brutes, because it's something that I've thought about quite a bit. Anyway, let's have a look at the list. So we're playing Wrathful Cycles and Restless Energy. We have Gordrak as the general with a unit of Gorgruntus. A Mega Boss on Maw Crusher with an Eye for the Fight, Fasten, and Emberbone Whetstone, and then another unit of Gorgruntus. So far it's 2 Maw Crushes and 2 units of Gorgruntus. We then have a War Chanter with a reinforced unit of Brutes, a Maw Grunta Gouger, which I think is pretty much standard, just that having access to Strike Last is really strong, and then a reinforced Scourge of Gairan Weird Brute Rekkas as well, and then a Weird Knob Shaman. So it's like 2 big monsters, some pigs to go along with them, and then like some brutes and a reinforced unit of Weird Brute Rekkas, a Gouger to give that Strike Last, and then some infantry like wizards and priests and something. So overall, pretty good list. We have seen people run like this double cabbage quite a bit, sometimes with Kragnos and then sometimes with like a Gouger. So this isn't shocking to see. I think that what this list is running is it's running like a reinforced unit of brutes instead of something like Kragnos. But overall, like, this list went really good. Like, this player was ranked 21st, this player from Germany here. So pretty good list overall. I think that the +1 to wound is going to be for the brutes, right? That's the big Snickers. I think that it's really there probably to give the brutes +1 to wound when they do finally go in. The truth of it is that with battle formations like this, it's tough, or it's like there aren't very many good ones. You know, we're not taking a Mega Boss on foot here, so Brute Fist is still good, but you do need to roll that 4 up, so that kind of sucks, right? But like, overall, pretty decent list. I don't know. I feel like Ironjawz are in a really weird spot right now. It's like the army isn't playing the way that I think the army was designed to play, but people are finding ways to win with it anyway. And I keep saying that the Mega Boss on Maw Crusher isn't like very good, and I kind of stand by that. The only time I think that people play it is if you can run like a couple of big monsters, so you clear everything off the table, so there's lots of room for this thing to move around. But when it does do that, like, it's good, right? It's, I don't know. I think that power through is one hell of a command. So good list overall, I think. Let's see. Oh no, so this was the top player, 15th, Adam Weinstein from the US with Ironjawz. This is a 5 and 3 list. Let's have a look at this one here. So this is Ironjawz Brawl with the Intercept and Recover and Restless Energies, Kragnos, reinforced Weird Brute Rekkas, another reinforced Weird Brute Rekkas, 2 more units of Weird Brute Rekkas. They're just very cheap. Gordrak, Scourge of Gyran Gorgruntus. I don't know why it's the Scourge of Gyran Gorgruntus, to be honest. I think with Kragnos, the fact that the Scourge of Gyran Gorgruntus can fly over infantry, I think that that has some value, but I don't know. The other ones are just cheaper, right? Maybe if you had it, this is probably exactly. No, it's 1990, so 40 points isn't really going to get you anywhere. A Tusk Boss on Magrunta with Fasten, Trophy Skulls, and Hulking Brutes, and then another unit of Weird Brute Rekkas. So what this is like Gordrak, Tusk Boss, Kragnos, Rekka spam. Just tons of bodies. I mean, we've seen lists like this, right? Usually it's like Kragnos and double cabbage, but this is just a single cabbage. So it's like 3 big monsters and then just a ton of Weird Brute Rekkas. So this is definitely a playstyle that you can do right now, right? These Rekkas being able to run and charge is pretty good, especially with the 3d6 Kragnos charge. They also have a 5-up board, so they're a little bit more survivable against like shooting and magic and things like this, right? So yeah, I mean, like, if I was gonna bring Ironjawz to a tournament, I would bring Krazog Stampede, but Kragnos is just one hell of a model, gotta say. Okay, I mean, there's quite a few lists that I want to check out here. We already checked that one out. Yorin Camper from Team France. Team France doing super well. So this is Zogrok's Ironmongers. We all know how I feel about Zogrok's Ironmongers. 5 drops. So the heroes are Zogrok with the Word Smashing Choppa, a War Chanter, of course, an Ardboy Big Boss, of course, a Weird Knob Shaman. But like, why? I guess for a 3d6 charge. No, sorry, you need it to get the Gorkrora out. Right. So Zogrok, War Chanter, Ardboy Big Boss, Weird Knob Shaman, and then another War Chanter. So it's 5 drops with 5 infantry heroes. I think that if you're going to play Zogrok's Ironmongers, I think that this is going to be pretty standard, I think, is what you want. Like, obviously the double War Chanter is necessary just to get all those prayers out as fast as possible. The War Chanter is necessary to empower the War Chanters with the Gorkrora, and then an Ardboy Big Boss is a no-brainer, at least one, and then Zogrok is necessary. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units of Ardboys. So it's like 4 blocks of 20 Ardboys moving around the map with a 3-up, 5-up. Like, I don't know. Very different from the previous couple lists, right? Like, the other ones are more like big monsters, right? Lots of monsters and lots of, yeah, but this one's just like Zogrok's Ironmongers. Super different. More Ironjawz. So the Ironjawz, so those are kind of like the 3 big ones. It doesn't look like any other Ironjawz we're placing super high. The next one that we have is placed 70th, which is still in the top half, but it's like a Brute Fist list. Gordrak, Gouger, Maw Crusher, Gouger, another Maw Crusher, Gouger, Tusk Boss with Gouger. That's different. Yeah, so, I don't know, like, really different. You know, Ironmongers, obviously, we've seen what it can do. It can be kind of meta-breaking, I think. But overall, Ironjawz is still, like, you know, just playing big monsters, right? Just playing lots of monsters. So that standard Ironjawz list where you kind of have, like, a mix of a bunch of different things is still not doing very well. To me, it kind of feels like Ironjawz are like, the only way that you can win is if you kind of cheese it, you know? It's like, hey, we're going to play it as if it was Sons of Behemoth. We're going to play it with, like, 4 big, expensive models and then a bunch of, like, little chaff running around. Yeah, I don't know. Not going to lie, I would have expected that the best Ironjawz list would have been Krazog's Stampede. I still kind of maintain that it's the best way to play Ironjawz. All of these tournament results would indicate that it's not. You know, that obviously this, like, giant, this big monster mash where, like, 3/4 of your list is just monsters is the most competitive way to play. But I think it might also be the hardest, you know, because if you make some mistakes or use your command points poorly or position yourself badly with like Gordrak or a Mega Boss and you lose it before you're able to actually trade it out for, you know, like, more than its value, I think that it's pretty easy to, like, steamroll and lose the game. But I think with Krazog's Stampede, I think that you're playing with just enough, like 5 units of little pigs and 5 big pigs, that if you lose something badly, like if you trade poorly or if you get caught out or something, that you still have enough pork on the board to actually go through and trade and punch and win. So I think that for the average player, Krazog's Stampede is probably still the best list to play, but the average player doesn't have 5 big pigs and 5 little pigs. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, I don't know. I still think that Ironjawz are not in a great place, even though they did fairly well at Worlds. And again, that's just because of the type of army that people are playing. Like, I want to play Ardboys and Brutes and some Rangers and some Foot Heroes and like a couple of monsters, you know? Like, that's what I want to play, but it seems right now that if you want to play any infantry, it's going to be like Rekkas, right? Reinforced Brutes or Ironmonger's Ardboys. That it's hard to just have a list that has like 2 units of 10 Ardboys in it, you know? And actually, yeah, like Ardboys aren't being played unless you're spamming them, right? So, but I mean, Monster Mesh is still fun. So, I don't know. What are you gonna do? Like, subscribe. Wow.